it is! My two nieces and my nephew time after time.
Well, as you know, Aunt Penelope, we love history, and throughout history people have dressed differently.
That's right. We love reading about history, and part of that includes looking at the clothing that was part of each time. So for fun, we're going to have a little trivia contest.
Most of our costumes are not vintage, which means actually from the past, but they do represent a time period which people dress differently than they do today. We are going to wear 3 outfits that represent in a very simple way 3 periods of time. We are going to let you guess which time period goes with each outfit.
Your choices are the 1800s, the 1970s, and the Roaring 20s, so be ready to be surprised. Here's my costume. Is it from the 1800s, the 1970s, or the 1920s?
Here's my costume. Is it from the 1800s, the 1970s, or the 1920s?
So here's my costume. Is it from the 1800s, the 1970s, or the 1920s?
During the Roaring 20s, dresses became shorter. A wonderful movie, The Great Gatsby, demonstrated how women often wore hats to match their dresses. So if you guessed the Roaring 20s, you were right.
Remember Scrooge? Scrooge was written by Charles Dickens in the mid-1800s. The dress of that day for gentlemen would have always included a hat and a very formal jacket for those of wealth. If you guessed the 1800s, you were right.
In the early 1970s, you might have worn a caftan. There were even caftans for gentlemen. They were often made with very bright designs and one size fits all. So if you guessed the 70s, you were right.